Season 5?
What was the last thing that happened? How up to date are you, Marshall?
Season 5. I'm pretty sure.
Specifically.
The last thing I remember is Jon Snow got cooked. And it was a little bit after, and I knew what was going to happen when I saw the red bitch. But I haven't actually seen him get got. If you get what I'm
Alright.
saying. Alright, let me get...
Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing, I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even
Yeah.
though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and
Oh,
kissed,
where's my
and
phone
after
at?
that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. Chapter 6,
There it
Author's
is.
Note. Shit up preps, okay, P.S. I will not update up till you give me good reviews.
It's
The
pretty
next
good.
day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end of the matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up.
We
Well,
were, but
Marshall wasn't ready.
yeah, and then
He's
I'm just
actually
getting,
playing the game while I'm reading fan fiction.
I'm getting this guy's fucking spruce wood.
Thank you.
Because I used all of it.
I regretted saying it because I looked up because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I don't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's alright. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days. He grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood. He giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7. Chapter 7, Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And BTW, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 God vans.
God, Vance.
Stove, stove flaming or ill report you. Ebony isn't a Mary Sue, okay, she isn't perfect, she's a Satan, and she has problems, she's depressed for God's sake. Rick, while you're reading your shit, I killed 5 people in the same next one.
Who said that?
Well,
Nice.
Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails and red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Mary Sue to you? Question mark. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitingly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took of my top, Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his voice thingy in mine and we had sex. Oh, Draco. Draco. I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo that I've never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it in bloody gothic writing were the words, "Vampire." I was so angry. "You bastard," I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. "No, no, but you don't understand," Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. "No, you fucking idiot," I shouted. "You probably have AIDS anyway." I put on my clothes all huffy and then stomped out. Draco. "Vampire Potter, you motherfucker," I yelled. Chapter 8. Author's note, stop flassing, okay, if you do the prep.
God bless your heart.
If this was gay fan fiction, I'd wipe the Vaseline out, but this'll suffice for now. Thank you, Malik.
Malik's
Everyone in
words of
class
wisdom.
stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. "Ebony, it's not what you think," Draco screamed sadly. My friend's Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understandingly. She flipped her long, waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith, and not Granger, since she has converted to Satanism. She is Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. Gryffindor is spelled with 2 O's. "What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit?" Snape deemed angrily, and his cold voice ignored him. "Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco," I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I didn't know Ebony was mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid prepper fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I was hanging out with a prep. "But I'm not going out with Draco anymore," said Vampire. "Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard," I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flamming, okay?
Send it to me.
I didn't read all the books.
Yes.
This is from the movie, okay?
I'm always
It's
ready.
not my fault if Dumbledore swears this is... I said he had a headache. And do Rasun Snap doesn't lick Harry now is 'cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rots.
Oh.
Why should I check Messenger? I was so mad and said, "I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me." I began to cry against the tree where I did with Draco. Then, all of a suddenly, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it's obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. "No!" I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, "Imperious!" and I couldn't run away. "Crookshanks!" I shouted at him. Voldemort fell from his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. "Ebony!" he yelled. "Thou must kill Vampire Potter." I thought about Vampire and his sexa eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? Well, says I somewhat want to join your party for my stream, but nah. I will be busy.
Oh.
No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you're so retarded look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly, and if you don't kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi. He said back of his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and
Come on.
messy eyeliner, kind of like Pentagram. Get it? Because Joel Madden and Gerald Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and went back into Hogwarts together, making out. Chapter 10. How many chapters is this? My throat's
40
getting
something.
dry. Are you kidding me?
No. I'm
This
not.
is gonna be a long stream, here we go. So you guys have only read up to chapter 14?
Maybe a little bit further. Yeah, 15, that's it.
Alright, we're getting through all of this tonight, just so you know. Author's note.
What if I say no?
Stupid it, you're gay fags. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. It turns out my Bloody Mary is an muggle effort all, and she and Vampire are evil. That's they move houses, okay. Why can
Right.
this guy write actual sentences, but then in author's note he like writes?
That's because
fucking
Raven
9
makes it
words on
kind of
the
understandable in the meantime.
Oh, so it's
Thanks-
two people writing it?
Well, no, because Raven's the editor, her friend. So, like, she writes it, and then Raven
yeah.
edits it.
Oh god.
Yeah, so everything in the actual story is, like, Raven editing stuff, but then this is, like, the author's note is raw, uncut.
Alrighty.
Triple XX. No, triple X. Yeah, never mind. Triple XX would be 6 X's.
I was really scared about Voldemort. Voldemort. All day. I was even upset when went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Braun, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. Oh, alright.
What's up, Turkey?
I was drinking.
Oh, okay.
Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and it was the only way to kill vampires with a C minus R minus O minus S minus S. There's no way I'm writing that, or a steak. Well, why? He said cross before. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said simple plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice, even though he did go out with Draco, but if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. How convenient.
Right? He's just happened to be mosey in
Why
there the
didn't
whole
you fucking
time.
tell me? He shouted. How could you? You you fucking poser muggle bitch.
Woo!
He's out of cared. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We
Same.
practiced for one more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. That's
Alright.
basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco have been found in this room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists.
Tricky, that voice reminds me of like a day 3 in the ghost house.
Yeah, that's my film cowboys.
Okay, okay.
Day 1, in the ghost house. I saw a spooky ghost over by the piano. I
Inside.
said, "Hey, get out of here, ghost." It just looked at me with its stupid ghost face and ghost eyes.
Oh my god, Turkey, stop. You're actually scaring
Day
me.
2, in the ghost house. I saw a spooky ghost with its sexy ghost butt.
Hey, look
Why
at the
are
map,
ghost
Mason. I
butts
don't know
so
where I'm at.
sexy?
Yeah, my friend Dean tells me I have a really good film cowboys.
That's really good. I know. I found a floating island of trees. I'm going to build a treehouse.
Chapter 11. Author's note.
No.
I said stop
No.
flaming up prep, see if this chapter is stupid.
Oh.
One.
Okay, hold on.
If this chapter is stupid, exclamation point 1111, it deals with really serious issues.
It's supposed to say
But
serious
see
issues,
for
but you know.
yourself if it's the stupid. Brew frangs to my friend Raven for clapping me.
Yo, fuck Raven.
No! I screamed. I was horrified. I keep reading this as bloody because it's B apostrophe L-O-O-D-Y, so it's still
Bloody.
bloody, but I'm so used to seeing like the frickin' M like
M'lady.
apostrophe, so bloody. I keep reading it as bloody. Bloody
So, like-
Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
Anyway,
TBH.
I started crying tears of blood and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. So she has to put a stake in her heart to kill herself, but Draco was also a vampire and killed himself by cutting his wrists.
You know what? Everyone's special.
This dude needs to have some freaking
Just assume their gender.
What's the term?
Consistency?
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. And then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it.
It's pretty
They
good.
were sitting on their broomsticks. You fucking perv, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I don't want to scream that, my throat hurts. I
okay.
screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin pointing his womb.
Mm-hmm. He
I took my
pointed his
gun and
womb,
shot Snape and Lupin
and they died.
a gazillion times. And they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in.
It's been revealed. It's been revealed that someone has. No!
He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and he waved his wand, and suddenly, Hagrid ran down with his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." Who's talking right now?
Hagrid's talking.
What do you do, Hagrid? We're just little Hogwarts students.
I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid paused angrily. But I'm also a Satanist.
But also Satan. I just do like really like deep, like shitty character from Game of Thrones voice.
This cannot be. Snape said in a hold on, his name is Snap, not Snape, it's Snap.
Copyright.
Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his wand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any! I yelled
Snap!
madly.
Yo, you got shot like a gazillion times by a muggle one. What the fuck, bro?
Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint more than I normally do, like how it feels when you don't drink enough blood.
Mason, I almost
Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands. Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak.
Like it's cute, am I right?
And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I do not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because. Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic. Snap said in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant it was connected to Satan. Because I love her. So, this person has just written a fan fiction where every character in Harry Potter just wants to fuck her.
Yeah, because she's hot and gothic. And not a flaming prep, okay?
Looks like Amy Lee.
Yeah.
Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop saying, okay, Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address the issue. How do you know Snap ain't Kristen? Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay. I don't know why I went into an Indian accent, but it works.
Cause it's just so like stuttery.
Please show vagina open, bub.
This should Bob or leave. Mason
It
home,
actually
by the way.
makes more sense if I read it in Indian. It's easier to read. I was about to slit my wrist again with the silver knife that Draco
Ow!
had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. Excuse me, I'm hiccups. No, I thought.
You scared me.
No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was vampire. He started to scream. I'm so confused. OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You can only see his red lights.
I'm trying. Don't kill him! I'm opening all the chests.
I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No,
What's
I ran up
happening?
closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I
How
always
can I sleep
covering
when the
it up
souls of
with
our dogs wanders
foundation.
across our
He
bed?
said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and it turned back into a lightning bolt. Save me. And then I had a vision with what was happening to Draco. I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage.
If only I could.
Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office and now recovering from my slit wrists. Snape and... I keep calling it Snap and Lupin and Hahrid were there too. They were going to St. Mungo's after they recovered because they were pedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls.
Okay, same.